I'll have my phone to check that we're all good to go. Let's have a look. A look. I'll let you know when we're live.
Okay then.
I think we're live now. Perfect. So I am here with Anna, who has been on the program 2.5 months now, and we're just going to kind of go through a bit about Anna's story so far, what she's achieved so far, any obstacles, and just it's always good, I think, to share people's experiences to see what works for them, what even hasn't worked for them, and I think it's quite powerful to do. So, Anna, yeah, if you just kind of introduce yourself and let everyone know kind of where you were essentially before you started and why you even bothered coming onto the Kickstart program.
Okay, well, sort of, it was obviously got to the end of lockdown. I put on 1.5 stone during lockdown, feeling really low, feeling really down, feeling not myself at all. I mean, as I just said to you, Matt, you know, I was sort of perimenopausal, feeling just not happy with the place I was in at that time. And literally, I was on my Facebook and it came up and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to give it a go. I always went to the gym before, and then during lockdown, obviously couldn't do that anymore. Didn't feel happy about going back to the gym. And I thought, well, I'll try something different, because I'd been going to the gym before half-heartedly, going regularly, having a nice chat with my mates, not doing much. I just felt like I needed to try something different, to do something that was a change.
Yeah. Okay. And did you have any kind of fears, concerns about when you started, like almost, you know, reasons why we sometimes think, you know what, this won't work for me, or any reasons why you maybe wasn't going to start?
Definitely. I mean, I've been trying to sort of lose weight for about 6 months. Again, half-heartedly, couldn't get my head around it. Me and my best friend were like, oh, we'll lose 0.5 stone and see who can get there first. Just wasn't working. Just don't think I was in a very good place. I think lockdown had a big effect on sort of I wouldn't say my mental health, but, you know, we were all feeling pretty ropey, pretty down, and just had no motivation to do anything at all. So I thought, you know, what have I got to lose from giving it a go? If it doesn't work in a month, I'll scrap it. That's what I thought, I'll be honest.
Okay, so were there any reasons why you thought it wouldn't work? Like, did you just think you wouldn't do it? Like, I'm always interested to see, because obviously some people go, yeah, there's no way I would do it, you know.
I don't know. I just thought, you know, I've been trying and nothing had been really working. I mean, but I've always had to watch my weight. Yeah, my weight has fluctuated. And I come from a family who all have to watch their weight. I've been at Target before, but never been able to stick at it. I've definitely been an all or nothing person. So I'm either going at it hammer and tongs or not at all. And I've definitely found that this has been a really nice sort of bit in the middle, that I've felt that it hasn't been hard work to do, basically.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And what did you try before that worked before I say worked, as in you said, I mean, not being able to stick to it. What have you done before that?
Oh, I've done it all, Matt. I've done Slimming World, Weight Watchers, shakes, Rosemary Conley, going to the gym, classes. You know, I've like a lot of people my age, they you know, go through their life just trying everything, and it works for a while, and then it goes back on and some.
Okay. And do you feel differently this time? Because I'm always, obviously, I want to improve this program as much as possible all the time. I'm always looking.
Sorry, I feel really different this time. I feel that it's the little things. It's the daily challenges, the texts coming through from you to remind me to do things. It's the music challenge. It's just all the little things that I just do every day now without almost thinking. You know, I do sort of 3 or 4 classes a week, and I do my exercise bike as well. take my dog for a walk, all the things I used to do before, but it's just the little things. I mean, I've even, well, I said to you last week, I've even spoken to my boss and my children in my class from when I go back to work, they're going to be doing my music challenge with me. So I'm really excited about that. But, you know, it's 3 minutes out of your day. And, you know, it's just that those little things. You don't think, all right, I need to go and exercise for an hour and a half. You can just incorporate it into your daily life. So I did, you know, it doesn't feel like hard work.
Yeah, cool. And what have you found to be, like, I know you just mentioned a few things there, like, what have you found most helpful? What are you doing now? I guess it's just good to share, like, what does your routine look like? Let's say, so if you explain your results and then what you're doing now, I think it's a good way for people to see kind of what you've done and whether, you know, how that works.
I've been going for about 2.5 months, so I've lost just over a stone and about 15 inches. I can see the difference in my shape, all, you know, completely. You know, my clothes are loose. I mean, the trousers I've got on at the moment are really loose. When we went back to school after lockdown, they weren't even done up. They were just folded over at the top. Like we've all done. So, and yeah, nothing was really fitting. So it's just really nice. I mean, you know, my daily routines are, like I said, I always do the daily challenge, always do the music challenge, walk my dog twice a day normally. And then 4 times a week, I'll normally do a stomach blast. I'll normally do cardio on a Sunday with Katie. I did boxing yesterday. I even tried yoga this week. Bindu is much more flexible than I am. Much more flexible. So, and it's just nice to have all those different variations. I don't get bored of it. So, you know, when I was going out the gym sort of 3-4 times a week, I'd do 10 minutes on the bike, I'd do 10 minutes on the treader, I'd do 10 minutes on the cross trainer. But it was just the same thing every time. It was boring. And I think one of the other biggest things is the online community. So, you know, if you post something, people will comment on it and encourage you, that sort of thing. I think it's a real big incentive to see what other people are doing and to see, you know, that you're progressing and that people are sort of taking inspiration from you as well. I know I found some of the stories really inspirational. I think if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, definitely. And what changes have you made food-wise? Like, what would you say has been your biggest kind of win in that area? Because obviously nutrition comes up a lot. You know, you've tried loads of diets. Like,
sorry, Matt. I'd say, you know, I've completely cut back on my snacking. And one of the main things I've learned is if I want it, I have it. Whereas before, I'd be so, oh no, I can't believe I've done that. I can't believe I've done that. Now, like I said to you when we had our catch up the other week, you know, I went out for a meal. I had 3 courses. I, you know, really enjoyed it. And the next day I was up at 9 o'clock doing my cardio with Katie. Whereas before my mindset was, oh, well, I've blown it now. So what's the point? You know, I can have those little treats and then just get straight back onto it and not feel guilty about it, which is something I used to.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because actually that thought that you had was the issue, not the thing that you did. You know, it's our thoughts about the thing that's normally the issue rather than that. And when you can get around that and actually just step back and go, actually, it's my thoughts that are causing the issue here, not what I've actually done. Yeah. And actually, when you think that it's a failure, that gives us permission to sometimes then go on and actually make it more of an issue than it actually is.
Yeah, you know, when I went out, we very rarely go out. So I thought I'm going to go out and enjoy it. And then I just get back on it the next day. You know, it's one meal. It really doesn't matter. And, you know, before, and I'm sure lots of the ladies listening do the same thing. They think, no, I can't have that bit of chocolate. I'll have an apple. I'll have some grapes. I'll have a bit of cucumber. And then you still end up eating the chocolate. So you might as well just eat the chocolate to start with.
Yeah. And 100%. Reminds me of one year when someone said about the mince pie, and this is pre-COVID, obviously, this is last year. I remember the chat about one of the ladies was talking about mince pies and nuts at a Christmas do, and she was like, "Oh, I won't eat the mince pie. I won't eat the mince pie." She'd take a few mouthfuls of the nuts, another one, then she'd just eat the mince pie anyway. And it was like, I've just eaten an extra 300 calories of nuts and the mince pie now.
Yeah, but no, when I have my treats, I don't feel guilty anymore. My breakfast is healthy, my lunch is healthy, my tea is always, normally a pinch of nom or a low fat version of whatever I would normally eat. Eat more protein, eating a lot more fish. Mainly because my daughter's moved out now and she can't eat fish. Now she's gone, we can have as much fish as we want. So me and my husband are both nothing processed, everything's from scratch.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been good. They've tried loads of new things.
And it's interesting, isn't it? Because would you say that everything you've just said you knew already?
Yes.
And isn't it interesting? And that's often, it comes up a lot. Everyone knows what to do, but actually sometimes it's those little tweaks that work for you.
Yeah.
And then you put it into a step-by-step plan that you feel is achievable for you.
Yeah.
To actually do it. And it's like,
even with the exercise, the other night, as you know, I was taking my exam and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to do any exercise tonight. And I didn't feel bad about it. I just did some the next night. I don't feel that guilt that I used to feel if I ate something I shouldn't, or if I didn't exercise, because the routines I've got, I still do my little bits every day, and I don't feel the guilt that I used to feel if I had something I shouldn't have done or didn't exercise. It's not that important, as long as 90% of the time I'm doing what I should. I just think long term it's much more sustainable.
Yeah. And what do you enjoy most about the results you've achieved so far? What's changed now, essentially?
Lots of things. I mean, my mood is better. My hot flushes are a lot less.
Good. Yeah.
I'm sleeping better. My mood is better. Everything fits me again. And people are saying to me, "You look well." And I think that's because I feel well.
Cool. And hot flushes comes up a lot. How has that improved? I'd like to just go into detail on that, because, how many were you getting? How many do you get now?
I only used to get them at night, and I used to get them a lot.
Yeah.
And now I hardly get them at all. Hardly get them at all. It's made a massive difference.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to wake up and think, "Oh my goodness," and now, I get warm. I'm not going to say they're completely gone, but nothing compared to what I used to have.
Yeah.
And my moods as well. I don't have that up and downy mood that I used to have before. I just feel more leveled.
Mm. And do you think that's the nutrition? Do you feel?
I think it's a mixture of both. I think it's the nutrition and the exercise.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, sometimes, when I do the exercise, I think, "Oh, I really can't be bothered." And then at the end of it, I think I feel really good.
Yeah, good. And are there any obstacles that have come up along the way that you've had to kind of overcome or adapt? There's always obstacles that come up on a journey.
There is. I mean, there's been a couple of lessons that I've sort of booked in and I've had to change, but because it's all on Facebook, I've just been able to catch up with them at different times.
Yeah.
So, the fact that all the lessons are on, it doesn't really matter. If, like, on Sunday I was doing cardio with Katie, but my son phoned, he's living in New Zealand at the moment, so I just started it later.
Yeah. Because,
like you said, things do come up. So it doesn't matter if you miss it. You can do it at whatever time suits you.
Yeah. Yeah. So you like the flexibility of being able, not having to do it live all the time.
Yeah.
Because obviously you have the option to come to sessions if you want, do it from home, do the catch up so it fits you.
I do find that if I book it, I'm more inclined to do it.
Yeah.
But if, like I said, something comes up 10 minutes beforehand, I'll just start a quarter of an hour later. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, providing you get it done. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it. And what stopped you getting the results in the past? Like, you mentioned that you would, lose the weight and then wouldn't be able to sustain it. And we've already talked about obviously that all or nothing kind of mindset that you seem to have shifted now. What is there anything else at all that you feel is different this time?
I think one of the main things is sort of doing it for yourself. In the past, I've always sort of got to target when I've had something to aim for, whether it be a holiday or a wedding or a big event or a big birthday, which I've got another one coming up next year, another big birthday. But I think with lockdown and with COVID, let's be honest, there's been nothing to look forward to. And I think this is why during lockdown, everyone just put on weight, because it was like, oh, well, we're not going on holiday. We're not doing anything. Just sit at home and eat crisps. So, I think, whereas before I've always done it for a reason.
Yeah,
I've done it for myself.
Yeah. And what made you have the motivation to do it for yourself? I know it's a hard question to answer sometimes, but everyone wants it for themselves. What's the difference between wanting to do it for yourself and actually doing it for yourself? Like, what kind of ticked? What made you
I would say that it's just remembering how good you feel when you feel. It's not even so much about the weight. It was, I remember when I got to Target sort of 5 years ago, and I was going up the gym a lot then. It's that feeling of feeling fit and strong and healthy. It's not so much about the weight, even though, we all watch our weight the whole time. I think we've been brought up to always keep an eye on the scales. It's just that feeling of feeling fit and strong.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. And what would you say to anyone who was thinking about coming on our next Kickstart program, which is starting post-lockdown on the 3rd of December?
I would say definitely give it a go. Definitely give it a go. It's all people in the same sort of age group as you who are feeling the same and having the same issues. It's so worth it. It's just different. I can hardly explain it. It's just different.
Good. Yeah. Perfect. Well, you've done great. You're over a stone down, 15 inches lost as well. So obviously your body shape changing. So it's no wonder that your clothes are fitting better, which is really good. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to kind of add to that? Anything else?
No, not really. I would like to say though, Matt, your support and the support of the trainers is always fantastic.
Thank you.
Like I said, it does feel like sometimes you are nagging a bit. But it is those, I better have another drink of water, and just the little things. It does remind you, because it does slip your mind. But the support has been fantastic.
Yeah, no, definitely, and that means a lot, because the key thing is that you do fit it to you. Like, it's not like you have to engage in everything we do. Like, you take what you want from it, and that's a key thing of all our philosophy. So, if there's Q&As, and last night was all about diabetes. We had the nurse from NHS in, public health in, to talk about it a bit more, bust some myths. But that's not for everyone, because it might not be relevant to a lot of people. Granted, it's becoming more and more relevant, with something like 11% of the NHS budget going on diabetes at the moment. So obviously it is a big thing, but people can come and go and say, actually, that Q&A is not for me, but the one on menopause and hot flushes is for me. And I like to make this clear that you don't have to do it all. You don't have to show up to everything. You don't have to turn on your notifications so that you get everything. We can just literally go in, do your workouts, done. Get set one little habit, like the habit challenge that we're doing at the moment.
Yeah, no, it's been brilliant. It has. I mean, like I said, I thought after the first month, if it doesn't work, I'll knock it on the head. And now I'm in my 3rd month, and almost aiming to be at target, as in fitness wise, by Christmas.
Yeah.
So something to aim for, but I don't feel the pressure like I did before. If I don't do it by Christmas and I do it by February, then I do it by February.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm thinking long term now rather than quick fix.
Yeah, it's powerful because it's like chasing happiness, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Chasing happiness in terms of what you want to achieve, in terms of, you know, achieving a set goal by then, but actually, would you make you happy? And I had this conversation with someone the other day about this, in terms of, you know, do I want to get this result by Christmas at the expense of not doing X, Y, and Z?
Mm.
And the answer is no. And actually, I'd rather be able to do that. And there is some research to say that actually, when people have maintenance periods within, say they're trying to lose body fat, obviously you have to do X, Y, and Z to do that, like we've discussed. Actually having a period where you're not trying to lose, and that is bonkers to a lot of people's heads. It's like, I'm either losing or I'm just gaining everything and I'm eating everything. Yeah. And actually getting in that zone where actually understanding that maintenance is critical to get your hunger hormones to regulate better so that they become okay with your new normal body fat level. For example, you've lost 15 inches and over a stone, your body would have initially, and probably is right now, going, Anna, what are you doing? Put this weight back on. You know, there'll be little signals going, fighting you a bit, because your body doesn't like to be rocked too much. It loves homeostasis. So the problem with that is your body will be going, come on, you know, go back to your old ways a bit. There'll be that little inkling in there. But actually having periods when you do it slowly, it's more manageable. Not for everyone, of course. You can go faster, but yeah, I think it's.
I do think as well, having the little treats. I mean, most nights for tea, after my tea, I'll normally have a pudding. So it'll normally be like, it's one of your recipes actually. So it's Greek yogurt with peanut butter and chocolate chips. Yeah. Having that little bit stops me having the big bar. You know, I have that most nights, and it just stops that craving. Whereas before, I'd think, no, I can't have that, and then I'd get so far, and I think, I just want everything. I want cake, I want chocolate, I want ice cream. But because I'm still having those little bits, I'm not getting those cravings that I had before.
Yeah, perfect. Brilliant. Cool. Well, thank you for that, Anna. That was great to catch up and chat about that. And if anyone has any questions, just feel free to reach out, ask me or Anna for that matter. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you for coming on. Yeah, if anyone has any questions, just comment, let me know, and we will go from there. If anyone does want more information about our next 28-day kickstart, which starts 3rd of December for our post-lockdown, just send me a message and I can get you details on there. As I said already, you can do this all from home or in our ladies only studio in Devizes, which is brand new, being done right now, or in Marlborough. Perfect. Well, thank you, Anna.
And thank you.
And I will see you